Namaste, I'm Jeni Ji. So make sure that you guys are hitting that subscribe to my channel button in order to get new video content. For those of you who know, you already can see that I'm starting to make certain changes on my channel. I've been going live monthly and doing free psychic clairvoyant readings. Now, the only way that you're going to get notification is to subscribe to my channel. You can follow me on Instagram. I put a lot of postings up on there, and my team does as well. So you're going to be able to see a lot more content. So I'm out there. Now, it's really, really helpful as I'm building my channel that you guys like my video and, make some comments because I really like chatting with you guys. I'm a chatter when I'm in that vibe. So, anyways, now this week I'm going to be talking about what's coming up for you guys. Like, how can we utilize these energies? I mean, we have that new moon in Cancer coming on the 5th of July. We have Canada Day on July 1st. So for those Canadians out there, happy Canada Day. We might not be happy with the government, but believe me, that's soon ending. I talk about that, and I've been talking about that in my other videos, especially when I do my predictions and so on. And also, happy 4th of July to my US family and friends in the USA. So, what are you guys doing? Like, are you guys getting out there and celebrating and so on? I mean, I'm normally working myself. It doesn't matter what holiday it is, right? But I can see the fireworks from where I am living here. And sometimes if I'm awake, I'll like do a little video on it and so on and so on. And I do put a lot of different postings on Instagram. So follow me on Instagram, Jeni Ji Cousins. I think it's Jeni Ji Cousins or Jeni Cousins. I don't know. But you'll see me there. So, anyways, how many of you are preparing for this week? Seriously. Now, this is a very powerful week where you're really going to be honoring your soul within. You're literally going to see the light of your soul shining. This is a month, especially in July, when you're going to be making some really, really big changes. Really big changes, especially within. You're going to be doing a lot more soul searching this week, especially. You're going to be like, you know what? I'm making certain physical changes within my body, within my mind, within my soul. You're really, and you have been showing, by the way, you have been showing for the past little while what really needs to change. Like whenever we go through a transformation, it can be very, very painful, because transformation also is reflecting back on, what have I really learned from these past lessons? What was my soul trying to show me? What was my soul trying to teach me that really needed to change? Am I letting go of bad habits? Am I letting go of relationships that just don't vibe with me anymore? Because when you're on the process of transformation, you can be saying a lot of goodbyes to people and situations. You can be like, you know what, I don't connect with this person anymore. Or maybe that career, just isn't working for me anymore. Maybe I want to gravitate in that direction. I mean, literally, if you look at last week's video, go back and watch the videos, because you will see now, especially when that solstice came in on the 20th of June with that full moon, like, oh my God, that was a life enhancing week. How many of you literally had major breakthroughs like I sure did? I literally sat back. I think it was the 20th actually on the solstice day. And, I'm fighting with myself about this, and that, right? And I'm just spirit, you know what? I'm at that end of my rope right now with this certain situation. I need a sign right now. Like I'm just done. Give me a sign right now. Because if you give me this sign, that's it. I'm immediately starting to gravitate and make this happen. So it was literally, I think it was right away. I think like literally 15 minutes tops, 20 minutes, let's say. And, and then I'm like, you know what, let me just check my messages for some reason, right? I was sitting outside on my balcony. It was a beautiful day. And I'm like, let me just check my messages for some. I could hear my phone, like beeping off. And I'm like, okay, let me go inside. And literally, I got a message back. And I'm like, enough of this bullshit. I've had enough. I'm done. That was it. It was life changing. It was something that I'm like, just the thought of doing this or making this change. I'm like, I don't want to do it. I spent so much time and energy on this and this and that. And I felt really stuck. That's why I'm like, you know what, Spirit, I want to sign right now. So that message that I received was it. That was it. So from that point on the 20th, I immediately made myself and set new goals, longer term goals with something. And I started my breakthrough. And believe me, as of today, I feel 1,000% better. 1,000% better because I made that change and I surrendered. I surrendered. Like I literally surrender everything. It's important to work through our goals, set goals, all of these things. But when you're trying to push and force a certain situation, it's not going to work. Like I was trying to push something, force certain things, and I was just like, oh, this is crazy. Every time I wanted to do this or do that, constant roadblocks. And I'm like, I've had enough. I've waited. And I'm like, surrender. You got that sign from Spirit. I get very demanding with Spirit. I want a sign right now. I'm done. And I will literally get it. Right? There's a way and energy to do it. Mind you, I talk to Spirit 24/7. So I brought up that example because I want to know what happened to you last week, because you're seeing the results this week. How many of you guys had major breakthroughs and made some big changes and stuff like that? And this week specifically, you're going to see that coming more to light. You're going to be like, you know what? I want to do some more soul searching within. You're going to take that kind of steps back and you're going to be like, you know what? I need to make these changes. I need to transform. And as we're going through transformation, it can be very painful. I started something myself. Actually, another thing myself. What I did last week, I had to do every day. I was like, just like this energy. I was like, just boom, 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 nonstop because I couldn't handle it anymore. Right. And I've started something else huge. It's a huge transformation. It's not going to be easy by any way, shape, or form. But whatever you're going through, challenges, obstacles, that's why I have Lord Ganesha as my background right now, because Lord Ganesh will help you through your obstacles and your challenges. So call upon your soul. You're going to be taking more time out meditating. You're going to be hearing those messages coming through. You're going to be honoring your soul. You're going to hear those messages coming through when you surrender. When you surrender, right? I got goosebumps, literally. Wow, huge goosebumps. So you guys are really going to get affected, right? When you surrender, with this new moon coming up on the 5th of July in Cancer. Now, we all get affected by new moons, full moons in our own way. Also, your animals do as well. New moons, there's more passings. If it's your animals, if it's with your loved ones, you're going to see that even more. Could be more of an emotional week for you as well. When you're getting that call within your soul to go see someone, or to maybe make that phone call to go see someone, or maybe your pet's acting a little weird, please pay attention to that. That's your inner guru speaking to you. The light of your soul is shining through. It's trying to talk to you, and you're going to be making that honor within in a very deep, sacred way. So we all get affected, as I mentioned. Now, these signs, Cancer, Libra, Aries, Capricorn, are going to be more affected this week. during that full moon, or that new moon time cycle, which means that, you know, those certain signs can be more emotional than other signs. You know, like we all handle things in our own way and such like that. And you are going to see whatever you're working on during that new moon, those results that you're working on that day, you're going to see that in the next full moon on the 21st, 22nd, by the way, on the full moon. So that's why I do my Cosmic Vibes weekly videos, because there's certain days that we can utilize the energy to the fullest. Like I pre-plan certain things. You know what? This is the day for me to make change. This is the day for me to not do this, all of those kinds of things. Because when you work with the flow of the energy of the universe will work with you, and you'll start to see flow coming. You will literally see it. Now, you're going to be communicating more on that new moon. You might find that you're more compassionate towards others, more understanding. You might be showing a lot more unconditional love towards others as well. You know, we're all going through struggles and obstacles no matter what. You might see somebody like, you know, like being really happy and everything like that, and be very happy for them. You know, there's certain people that can see others doing really well, let's say, and they get really jealous and insecure. You should not do that. We all have our time when, you know, we get rewarded more. However, you can't just sit back and not do anything about it. If you guys want change or to see change, you're going to have to make that happen by making changes. That's why transformation times this week, especially, take advantage of this energy, and you know what you need to change. Like, God be with me as I'm making my changes, because it's not going to be easy. However, I am asking for support from the universe. Give me the strength and the will and the courage to move through these challenges right now for my transformation. So ask Spirit, ask your guide, your angels for assistance. They're there for you. They're going to help you through that. You know, you might, how many of you have, like, let's say, had that kind of like that breakdown where you're like, oh my God, my world is falling apart, my life is falling apart, like whatever. And you're like really emotional and in that fetal position. And then all of a sudden, you just feel that calmness. It's like this energy, warm energy, kind of like goes through you and works through your entire being. You know why? Because you've surrendered all of that struggle within, you've let go. This is the energy when your guides step forward, or your angels, or if it's people that have passed on, and they help you heal. That's why the universe gives us different signs. But Jeni, how do I connect with the spirit world? Ask. Spirit, I'm open to receive messages. I am open to receive. Please guide me to the right direction that's best for my highest self and highest purpose. I'm open for new opportunities. I gave an example of, I'm open to new opportunities that are best for my highest self and highest good. And believe me, I had a few new opportunities being presented to me. All of a sudden, boom, boom, boom. I'm like, wow. Like, wow, thank you. I'm very honored for you to ask me to be a part of this or whatever. Very grateful. You know, I'm still getting back on messages for that. And you have to go by what feels right for you. Like, I've turned opportunities down myself, and I'm like, you know what? I'm always grateful when somebody asks me to be on their show, or ask me to do a talk, or be a part of something, or whatever it is. I'm always grateful. You know, and if it aligns with myself, and if I can fit it into my schedule, great. You know, I'm always deeply grateful for any opportunities. Always. Right? You might find that you're getting different opportunities for work, different opportunities. It's like maybe you had your eye on different people in the past, and all of a sudden, all of those people are like, you know what, we're totally into you. We want to go out with you, or whatever it is. You're going to see that opening up even more in July, by the way. So you're also going to find that this week, You're going to be even more focused on your diet, nutrition. You might be finding that, you know what, my digestive system is a little bit off. The planetary energies affects our bodies in different ways and your animals. So on the 29th and 30th of June, you might find that your head, teeth, and tongue and arteries could be a little off. You might find that July 1st and 2nd, your neck, vocal cords, and throat and thyroid could be a little off. You might find the 3rd and the 4th, your shoulders, arms, hands, and lungs might be a little off. Pay attention and be gentle when your body's feeling off. I get messages, Jeni, well, all of a sudden is my neck or my arms or my feet bothering me. Watch my videos. Watch the Cosmic Vibes videos. That's what I tell people. Watch the videos. I talk about it every day. It affects us all and your animals, don't forget. And your animals, they get affected. They're very sensitive, very sensitive. So you're going to be honoring your soul even more so, as I'm saying, right? Now, you might find that also on the 29th and the 30th of June, you're going to be more focused and disciplining more. You're going to be like, you know what? I know I need to make these changes as part of my transformation. Like maybe you're restructuring your home, maybe you're restructuring your body, maybe you're going to be like, you know what? I'm going to revamp this. I'm going to be making these big transformational changes. You're also going to be like decluttering. Maybe you're going to be like, you know what? My garage, oh my God, it's so decluttered. Or maybe like there's a room or a closet or something. You're like, oh my gosh, I can't deal with that anymore. I got to clean it out. You might find that you're going and, you know, donating things to like a homeless shelter or giving things away. You know, I give things away all the time, literally, even brand new items, right? Like brand new items, literally. Like, I'll, you know, there'll be somebody be like, yeah, I really need this. Well, here, I'll give that to you. You know, I don't really need it. You know, you know, so, and well, how much are you? Don't worry about it. Just take it because I know it's going to help you. It's going to bring that more of a peace of mind to you. So you're going to be decluttering a lot. And even on the 1st and the 2nd of July, you're going to be more intuitive. You're going to be reflecting a lot more of what's important, what's just no longer, you know, like in alignment with you. This is soul growth. You're going to be growing, like the growth is going to be expanding more and more and more. What you thought you what you thought you had wanted, you might be like, I don't want that anymore. You know, I don't need that extra dresser. I don't need this extra dishes. I don't need these extra clothes, like whatever it is. I actually even donated my vehicle, you know, like whenever I moved back from Ireland to Canada, I had like a big van because I had an Irish wolfhound. So I needed a space just for him. And after he had passed, I couldn't keep that van anymore because it was just so heartbreaking. So I donated my van. I donated it. I didn't say, give me, you know, $5,000 for it. No, I donated it. And I bought myself a new vehicle, a newer vehicle. Right? You know, there's somebody else out there who could have used that van. You know, it had issues, certain issues, of course, but that's vehicles. Right? I donated it. So you're going to find that you're going to be decluttering a lot more. And really pay attention because you're going to really also get messages this week in your dreams. Pay attention to what your dreams are saying to you. Like, you know, whenever you wake up, you know, sometimes, especially when you're getting more dreams coming in, when you're just kind of waking up from those delta waves and such like that, you're still kind of in that spirit form and, you know, like still in that spirit realm, as I call it. And you're like, wow, I just had these messages. Write it down, like write it down because there's messages there for you. You know, I even had a dream last night and I'm like, oh my gosh. And I'm like, that's so true that I really need to pay attention to that. especially when I'm gonna, travel somewhere, let's say, which it's part of something I'm also working on. So it's like we get messages from the spirit world, your loved ones, if it's your animals, all kinds of things like that. Write it down. You might not be able to figure it out. You can always book a reading with me. I'll tell you exactly what that message was, and so on and so on. Right. You're also going to be seeing this week that there's some synchronicities coming into alignment with you. You're going to see that. You're going to be able to look back and say, you know what, now I get it. Just to give you an example, like there was a place that I was looking at moving to, and I never watch the news ever. I have no time for that kind of stuff. And one of the places, however, I was going to move into, I caught it online. It burnt down. It burnt down. I was actually sitting, with my hairdresser, and he had the radio on. And I'm like, oh my God, sad. That was the building I was going to move into, that I was looking at moving into, and it burnt down. So things happen for a reason. Spirit does protect you. Your loved ones protect you when you surrender it. Roadblocks are for reasons. So you're going to see why things are coming together more synchronicity for you when you surrender. It's a very high vibrational week. You might find that your sleep's going to be a little off as well as we get closer to that new moon energy and time frame. So you're going to have a magical week this week. You're going to be really honoring your soul more. You're going to be like, I know I need to make these changes. And some of you, I'm literally seeing, I don't know why this is coming through, but I'm going to say it. If somebody's going to a garage sale, or maybe there's something that you've dusted and found in your garage as you're decluttering it, or there's something in a garage, and I don't know if you guys are going to go buy something, and it's like kind of like a big statue for some reason. I'm going to tell you what statue I'm seeing. It might not be this specific statue, but I'm literally seeing someone going to buy this large statue. It's like of a Native American with its headdress on. Something very spiritually connected. Because remember, this week is all about soul, sacred soul honoring and such like that. I'm literally seeing this statue. It's something of significance for someone. So it's in a garage. So if it's in your garage and you're actually going to like dust it, like clean it up and bring it back into your home, or do something with it, or maybe somebody's going to go buy it at a garage sale. I don't know, something like that. But it's a really, really good way for you. You're going to really be soul searching, reconnecting, because when you've had enough of certain energies and certain situations, and when the pain starts to take over, this is when you get pushed way out of your comfort zone and you're like, I'm done. I'm done. This is how your week might kind of go, by the way. You're going to be honoring your soul. You're going to start implementing these transformational changes. No matter where you are in your evolution, don't judge it. The kingdom of God is within you. Always. 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 Take time out for you. You could be meditating more. Stay in alignment with the vibrational essence of your, of unconditional love. And love yourself unconditionally. We all can say, oh, I don't like, different body parts or whatever about myself, or whatever it is, right? Start loving yourself. Start really embracing who you are. Nobody's perfect. You have to look at somebody from within. The universal flow of oneness is within. Embrace that. I am one with God. God is one with me. Always. Always. And stay in that modality of it. Stay in that modality of it. Now, I'm going to pull a couple of cards as well to see what the collective universal energy has for you. And if any of these cards resonate with you, that's the card for you. Now, whenever somebody books a reading with me, I don't use cards because I'm a psychic clairvoyant medium. I do past life akashic records, readings, animal communication, meditation coach, and so on and so on and so on. right? However, because this is like more collectively here on YouTube, we're going to pull a couple of cards. I say we, I always say we because it's like me and spirit. I get messages 24/7, like you have no idea, no idea. However, I'm always grateful, but I'm like, you know what, in the middle of the night, really, seriously, like I'm trying to get to sleep here. You better get me back to sleep. You got a message for me, you wake me up, you better get me right back to sleep, right? So now, whenever you guys are using cards, make sure that you clear it 3 times on wood, right? Like my cabinets in my kitchen are wooden. So I bang, bang, bang them 3 times to clear that energy. Any wood is fine, right? Alrighty then. So what is the message from the 29th of June to the 5th of July? Like, oh my gosh, like July. Can you guys believe it? Like, oh my gosh, crazy. July. So what is the wow? Like literally you have no idea. Like I just pick up the cards and one fell out. Like I'm not even gonna go on and on and on and on about this because this is a huge message. I can tell you that right now. Like volcano. Now I talk about the volcano, how it, erupts on Big Island and just so on with different things and different reasons. Fire is transformation. Fire is rebirth. And that Pele goddess comes forth. It's very sacred energy that clears the land. So whenever I talk to some of you guys, and you know who you are, it's like emotions. I call your emotions like a volcano. So especially this week, as you're doing soul searching, honoring that sacred soul within, and especially this new moon, when our emotions, it's like when you hold back your emotions, you suppress it. It's like the volcano, the lava starts to go up and up and up. And then sometimes all we need is that extra push or something somebody says to us or something that happens no matter what way, like that message that pushed me to that's it, I'm done. And I just started immediately making huge changes just like that. I just did it nonstop, right? And wow, I can see a huge difference and I'm very grateful. However, it's like your emotions. When you hold your emotions back and ignore what really needs to change, somebody or something will happen that could spark something just like that. And then boof, your emotions explode. That's like the lava coming out here, right? The fire coming out of the volcano, it can take no more. When you surrender it, it's going to go with ease and flow. Embrace what needs to change. You're going to see it this week. It's the transformation. July is a very transforming month. I'll talk about that, next video or whenever. Or for those of you who joined me live on my readings here on YouTube, I would have talked about July a little bit more, right? So now let's pull a couple other cards as well. What is the message here from the spirit world from the 29th of June to July the 5th? What is the message here from the 29th of June to July the 5th? The message from spirit world from the 29th, the 5th of July collectively. What's the message from this? Message from the spirit world. Message from the spirit world. Message from this. Wow. Well, of all cards, here has a message. It has a message. I think these cards fell out. Here. And what an amazing card this is. This is actually, of all cards, Lord Ganesh. It talks about your achievements. You're going to be seeing that. You know how you're going to be reflecting back on these past few months. You're going to start to see even more this week what you have achieved, what you have really like worked through, healed, let go of, what obstacles that you worked through, what challenges you worked through. Maybe some of you are getting that promotion this week. Maybe some of you are getting a new job offer this week. Maybe some of you are getting more acknowledged in one way or another. really look at your achievements, because, you know, like sometimes we don't realize just how far we've gone, or how much we've achieved until we can really kind of sit back and look at the situation and meditate on it. Like, wow, I've really actually moved forward. I've actually really accomplished this. I've actually really made a difference with that. Like, whatever it is, right? You're going to be seeing that this week, what your achievements are, right? So let me know. Let me know what you have achieved. You know, and achievements, you know, I'm somebody that observes a lot. I sit back and I observe, and you know, there's a few things I've achieved and I don't talk about it. I don't put it out there. I just kind of let it go where it goes, you know. And then somebody will say, wow, you know, Jeni, well, that's amazing, or that's really good, or you know, you've really helped me. Thank you. Made a huge difference, like no matter what it is. And then I'm like, oh, okay. We don't realize it at times because we just continue doing our work or whatever like that, you know. And then sometimes all it takes is somebody saying something, and then we're like, oh, thank you. You know, and then you're like, oh, I'm really glad I helped you or whatever like that. You know, I talk to all walks of life every day, all around the world, and um, met some extraordinary people that I'm truly grateful for. Truly grateful. More and more of my soul tribes are opening up, more opportunities, more doors opening, things like that, right? So now, animals. Let's talk to the animals. Right. Right away, I heard that. So watch your animals, you guys. Pay a little bit more attention to that. You know, I had somebody ask me, "Did you get that puppy, Jeni?" And I said no. Actually, I held that beautiful puppy, but I just knew it wasn't the right time. It's not the right time for me right now. It's just not. Maybe sometime later next year, something, when the time is right, the right dog will come to me at the right time. Might be a couple of years from now. I don't know, but right now, I just said no. It's not the right time. Oh, don't get me started. So, what is the message from our animal kingdom from June 29th to July the 5th? I called all species different, you know, like animals. If it's a shark, if it's a dog, if it's or like a giraffe or whale or like whatever it is, I still call them all animals. For me, anyways. What's the message from our animal world, our animal kingdom? It's the message from our animal kingdom. It's the message from our animal kingdom. Animal kingdom. Message from our animal kingdom. Feel that. Oh, here we go. Oh, wow. Such a beautiful card. The card that fell out are the doves. Spread messages of peace and harmony. Now, this is a week of sacred soul searching, sacred honoring the soul within. So when you're honoring your soul, you will feel more peace and harmony within. And this is Archangel, I can't even pronounce this one, Bokpi. I can't pronounce it, sorry. However that's pronounced, I don't know, right? Bkokpi, Bokpi, I don't know. But take the message of the doves anyways. Very peace and alignment. I mean, even when my dad got a call from the doctor, my dad was soon going to pass, I like, you know, hurried up and like like I had my overnight bag prepared. I had a lot of things prepared because I was with him the night before and so on and so on. But it was like almost a 2 hour drive to go see him. So when I got that call, I'm like, oh my God, I rushed it. I was all ready. And as I was driving on the highway, I felt this peacefulness. I felt this calming energy. And I literally saw doves, you know, fly over my truck. And I'm like, oh my gosh, please tell me my dad hasn't passed, because I want to still be with him, you know, while that process happened. Right. But when I arrived, he was still there. And, you know, I was holding his hand. And, you know, you can tell when his breathing starts slowing down. And when he left his body, he was, you know, he was saying to me and my brother Robert, God, 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 he was giving us those messages that he was leaving. And as soon as he passed, my nose started bleeding. Like my dad was, you know, had nosebleeds. That was part of one of his conditions. And the second he passed, my nose started bleeding. And I'm like, oh my gosh, like I had to grab a tissue and like, you know, put it up to my nose before I even called the nurse to say, I think, you know, like my dad has just passed. Right. So it was very peaceful. It was very peaceful. And I was very truly grateful for the doves to give me that message as I was driving. And actually, I had a lot of coffee. And as I was driving down the highway, I'm like, oh my gosh, I have to stop. I can't make it because it was a longer drive. So I took a turn off and I'm like, there's got to be a gas station. And the only thing that was close was a church. Believe me, I didn't know what this church was or anything. I'm like, please be open. Please be open so I can at least go to the washroom. Sure enough, it was. And I ran in there and I'm like, can I please use your washroom? It's an emergency. The janitor was here and he's like, yeah, sure. Of all places, a church, a church. My dad was known as Father Bob when we lived in our, when I, you know, it was in Ireland. I gave him the nickname, you know, Father Bob. My dad was from Ireland. He wasn't Catholic, but there's reasons why, you know, we named him Father Bob. So anyways, so it was very peaceful. So you pay attention to the animals. There's many signs from the universe and so on and so on, right? So I'm just feeling compelled actually, oh my goodness, right? What am I feeling here? Okay, I'm feeling compelled to pull from this deck actually. I was just going to end it there, but I'm like, no, I just felt a calling for this. So no wonder I talked about my dad actually. You know, especially with this new moon coming, by the way, I mentioned that, um, you know, new moon is the time where more people pass and such and for animals. So really pay attention to when you're feeling that call to go see someone or to call someone and so on, right? So the 29th of the 5th of July, what's your message from the universe? Your message from the universe. Take this off. Message from the universe. Right away. Wow. So interestingly enough, the winter solstice reflecting. You know how I talked about the solstice on the 20th of June, right? It was either the summer solstice or the winter solstice. And you know how I talked about like it was a very breakthrough, like go back and watch my video from last week, breakthrough. And you'll see where you are today from that breakthrough. You know, I said I was struggling and spirit, give me that message. I'm tired of this. And then boom, 15, 20 minutes later, and it could have came in at that exact time. I just happened to go into my place 15, 20 minutes later, probably not even that, honestly. And then boom, that message just was coming in. And I'm like, wow. So where were you on June the 20th? What happened that week? And where are you now? And where's that experience that you went through? Where is that guiding you this week? How are you enhancing that energy? How are you expanding that to the fullest? Right? How are you enhancing that? What changes are you making? Like what literally happened, right? So please make sure you like my video. You know, share it if you want. That would be awesome. Follow me on Instagram, Jeni Ji Cousins, and I'll follow you right back. I'm all over social media, but Instagram is actually a really good place to catch me. And right here on YouTube, you know, I'm going to be shaking things up a little bit more. Right, I'm behind in my projects and so on and so on, one step at a time, right? But things do come together in the right timing and all of these things. You have to trust the process no matter what. Let me know what you're transforming. Let me know what you guys are working through and changing and stuff. And if you'd like a lot more clarity on the direction you're going, sometimes all we need is just those confirmations that we're on the right path. It's like that. We all have our own journey, our own soul's footprints. Our soul's footprints are for us, not for, this person and that person and that. Your soul's footprints are for you specifically only. That's why it's really important that you stay true to who you are. Walk the path that resonates towards you. What are you passionate about? Like, what do you really want to do with your life? I was talking to somebody yesterday, and I told her, I said, no matter if I had millions of dollars, I would still be doing the same work I'm doing now. Right? I'm here to guide you and help you on your journey with confirmations and give you my clairvoyant insights and so on and so on and so on. The world has been very destructive, as we've seen and we're experiencing. So much more truth has been exposed, and that's just going to continue on and on and on and on and on. You're going to find that there's certain people that are going to regret how they treated you. I can tell you that. Certain people are going to come back and want to reach out to you. That's up to you if you want to bring them back into your life, right? If somebody wants to apologize for how they treated you, be open for that. It doesn't mean, you're not saying that, what you did to me was okay, because it wasn't. It wasn't okay with what you did to me or how you treated me. No. However, I'm only forgiving you just so I can walk on and move on and find that peace within. I'm not bringing you back into my life at all. No. However, I do wish you happiness, but as far as you and I are connected, our soul contract is up right now. Maybe in the future that could change again sometime, but as of right now, no. So you have to do what feels right for you. And sometimes we have to experience things and go through different, lessons in life. And lessons are usually always very painful and such like that. And you'll keep repeating things over and over again until you've learned. And you're like, I've had enough. That's why this week you're going to see more of that soul energy. You're going to feel it. You're going to honor your soul in a lot more ways. And you're going to make some changes, huge changes. So please like my channel. Subscribe to my channel here to see Jeni, to see my video content. Share my videos if you'd like. And I will catch you all again. You can book a reading with me, soulworkwithjeni.com, to get more clarity.